Hey guys, my name's Alan. I'm here with Edgar Shane, a JVC representative, and today we're going to be discussing the brand new GY-HM890 camera. Edgar, can you tell us a little bit more about this camera?
The new JVC GY-HM890 was designed for ENG news applications. And this is equipped with all the features which may be required by the video journalist in the field, including powerful zoom lens, high sensitivity sensors, variety of codecs, and rich IP connectivity.
That's fantastic. I'm noticing here you also have a 20 times zoom lens here. Now that's very, very powerful. I'm glad you guys have gone with that. Can you tell me a little bit more about the lens that you've chosen?
Yes, this new 20 times zoom lens was designed by Fujinon specifically for this camcorder. And it is unique because even though it's interchangeable lens, it is equipped with the autofocus and optical image stabilization.
That's very good to hear. You know, one of the good things I've noticed about this camera is that they've gone with CMOS now. Can you tell me a little bit more about your sensor that is built into this camera?
Brand new 3 CMOS Full HD optical block featuring f11 sensitivity. f11 is very similar to traditional 2/3-inch CCD-based cameras. This CMOS optical block is also equipped with the flash band compensation processing, which eliminates this unwanted light bar effects when the flash photography takes place.
I hope you wedding guys and your events guys are taking some notes right now. That's very, very, very important to hear because a lot of cameras don't have that feature built in. Looks like here you have 2 card slots, SD-wise. Now, what kind of file formats could you record with the JVC HM890 camera?
Well, instead of dictating people which format they need to use with this new equipment, we actually equip this camera with a variety of codecs to fit pretty much any workflow which may already be existing in place. It supports industry standard XDKMAX, MOV for Final Cut Pro. MOV is very unique because those files you can drag right in the timeline of Final Cut Pro without even necessity to do log and transfer. AVC HD, which is consumer format, but it's very popular. But the new format for this camera, in addition to all these I mentioned, we introduced is H.264 at 50 megabit.
Yeah.
This is something what DSLRs use, but we took it a step up and we are recording at 50 megabit, and we call it virtually lossless format. And all these formats can be used with the actually 4 channels of audio. This is a new feature introduced for GY-HM850 and 890 camcorders.
It's a really good thing to have 4 channels of audio now in this case. I've noticed also in the back of the camera you have a USB host here. Now what could that be used for?
This is another unique feature of this product line, which we introduced 1 year ago with our GY-HM650 camcorder, and this is what we call it unparalleled IP connectivity. These camcorders are equipped with a built-in FTP client, which allows you to send your B-roll to the station. Actually, you can arrive on the scene, you shoot your B-roll, you can start sending it immediately while continue shooting. And when you're done with that, you can do live stand-up using built-in live streaming feature.
That's very cool. Now, what kind of products would one need to buy if you decide to use this kind of workflow in the field?
These camcorders are equipped with a USB host, which supports a variety of off-the-shelf adapters, which could be Wi-Fi, wired, but the most interesting for me to use for GLT modems, because for GLT allows you to be free, you can do it from anywhere where for GLT coverage is available. And what a good example would be Verizon for GLT modem, which you can plug in right into the USB host here. And now with this modem, you can send your footage, you can do live stand-up, you can stream free, and I can also record metadata, which is sent from the station. So you can do many things, providing that you are connected to for GLT network.
That's very neat. So say, for example, one person's in the broadcast room and you're on the field. How easy is it for them to retrieve those files?
Well, they can actually log into the camera remotely.
Oh, wow.
And they can remotely control the camera, and they can also remotely initiate FTP transfer of already pre-recorded clips. Yeah. This is another very unique feature.
So when you're saying remotely access the camera, can, say, hypothetically speaking, one man have this on a tripod, someone else can see the feed, and then kind of control the camera from a chair hundreds of miles away, hypothetically.
That's right. When you connect to global for GLT network, you have your IP address. So cameraman can be in New York City and control room in Tokyo, and you can control it right from there and receive live feed as well.
That's amazingly innovative. That's amazing. I like that feature a lot. Yeah, that's very cool. So, well, you know, in the instance of that, is there a way to, say, maybe get this to a cloud server of some sort?
Yes, we also introduced JVC advanced streaming technology, which includes cloud server. It can be a physical device, the one rack mountable computer, or it can be hosted on the Amazon Web Services. And the cloud server allows you to connect not just one, but multiple cameras, and then control all of them remotely from single location or from multiple location, and also forward those streams to different HD SDI decoders.
That's very neat.
There are many features associated with the cloud server, including recording in the cloud, metadata, remote control. Many things can be all done from one centralized location.
Okay, so that actually might eliminate a physical CCU. You might be able to control multiple cameras in a studio with that cloud server, correct?
Yes, you can have IP-based control, which is very similar to traditional studio CCU. That's
very
true.
neat. So in that case, with the studio aspect being said, what kind of options would you have to expand this camera to better suit a broadcast environment?
Well, GY-HM890 is actually can be configured in studio configuration. There is a multi-pin connector behind the antenna plate, which allows to dock either fiber or multi-core modules provided by JVC. That's where you can have your traditional studio configuration. When you are in the studio configuration providing live feed and intercom and all traditional studio features, these camcorders can simultaneously be recording, something which is known as ISO recording, because there are 2 memory card slots and you can be recording simultaneously with studio application.
That's very interesting. Speaking of memory card slots, what kind of recording options do you have if, say, you just wanted to use the memory card only?
We have 2 memory card slots which accept SDHC and SDXC cards. You can be recording in a relay mode where one card fills in and then goes to another card, or you can be recording simultaneously on both cards. This way you have 2 copies. One copy goes to producer, another is used for nonlinear editing. Another interesting feature that you can also be recording 2 totally different formats onto different cards.
Very, very interesting. I like that. But what about those that may have to capture something on the fly? Is there any kind of cache recording on this camera at all?
Yes, we call it retro recording. There is a 10 seconds retro recording. This way camera starts recording even before you push trigger. So you will never miss that important point.
That's fantastic. Edgar, thanks again for bringing the camera by. It was a real treat to see this in person, so thanks again.
Thank you, Alan.
Anytime.
Whether you're a hobbyist or a professional, B&H has the answers to your questions. Experience a world of technology at our New York City Superstore. Connect with us online or give us a call. Our staff of experts is happy to help.